Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this afternoon stream. Brought to you live at 6 o'clock in the evening. I decided to take a break yesterday. I had a pretty late night last night. Well, the night before last, and I was just really tired. I had a similar night last night as well, so when you don't have work to be up for at 6 in the morning, you sort of stay up till like 3 in the morning and then wake up about 7 and have to go back to sleep and wake back up more like 11. But yeah, I can't really be doing that all week because, you know, I may be going back in on the late shift, but it's still not a good habit to get into. Because normally on the late shift I go to bed at 2 o'clock and, you know, 2:30 sometimes. It's just not good. Enough of that though. So yeah, we're going to start with Nekopara Volume 3, as you probably see in the video description, and the game it says we're going to be currently playing. And then we'll finish up with Tales of Berseria. Now you may have noticed that in my schedule I've set Senran Kagura Shinobi verses for Saturday, but because I didn't actually do the stream yesterday, which would have included, well, I've had to cancel that for Wednesday because I was going to have people around. Well, I wouldn't have to say that, no. That's not right. I was going to have, going to meet friends today, but didn't happen, and now we're doing it tomorrow. And because my football team play right after I get back from that, I'm not really going to have much time. It'll be a shorter stream, about 2 hours, about what I normally do on the late shift. So just bear with that. Anyway, we are nearing the end of Volume 3, so I figure we might just be able to finish it today. And then a long stream of Tales of Berseria afterwards. We'll see. Enough talking. Let's get the game booted up and started, shall we?
Nekopara S. Nekopara Volume 3. Nekotachi no aromatise.
Need to window mode it. And for some reason, whenever Nekopara Volume 3 starts up, the server window pops up in Steam. I have no idea why. It's very strange. So yeah, okay. I full screen it whenever I do thumbnails for the YouTube videos, so I have to keep going into that to just minimize it, so I'm sorry about that. So here we are. BFFs. Now, if you remember, last time on Nekopara, Cinnamon was keeping her distance from Maple and basically doing everything she could to support her from the shadows. But of course, you know, that's not what their friendship's about. They are even. So, ultimately they make up, and Cinnamon decides, you know what, I'm actually going to support you right from your side, so I'm going to get an instrument to help you perform. So that's where we are at. As you can see, she's gonna be a keyboardist like Mugi from K-On! Wait, you do what? That has nothing to do with it. Don't say that, we're in public. We're back at the music store where Maple bought her guitar. Cinnamon is screaming while holding a keyboard, tears of delight in her eyes. Yeah, that's the thing about keyboards. They have loads of random other software in them who make random noises. I loved using them when I was in music class in high school. I'd certainly say it would do, wouldn't it? We'll take it. I asked the shopkeeper for the bill. You don't need to do that.
私のおっぱいでよければ枕って呼んでください。
I'm sure they would make very lovely pillows.
いっそのこと油性ペンで歌唱専用枕って書いてもいいです。
God damn. Her lewdness knows no bounds. No, I won't be able to sleep.
そんなことないですよ。それはちょっと失礼です。
He doesn't mean it like that. You should know it.
一回使ってみてから言ってくださいよ。めいちゃん、私のおっぱい大好きですもん。
Oh, does she now? That's interesting.
シナモン、変な言いがかりやめてくれる？なんならお試しで触ってもいいんですよ。
She has no shame.
ちょっと変な声が出ちゃうのはオプションってことで。
Oh god, she's just like a keyboard, isn't she? Look, just calm down. We're in public, got it? I tried dousing the flames of Cinnamon's excitement. I settled the bill and quickly exit the store. It'd be very embarrassing, wouldn't it? Of course, she's a cat girl. She doesn't know any better. Even though she should.
ありがとうございます。本当に大事にしますから。
Well, I hope you do.
これで一緒に練習できるわね。すっごく嬉しい。
She clutches the newly bought keyboard to her chest. She's making cooing sounds and rubbing her cheek against it in a clear expression of joy. Are you sure about this? It's not a guitar like Maple.
はい、すごく悩んだんですけど、
A keyboard is a great backing instrument after all, isn't it?
めいちゃんはあくまで歌の練習のためにギターの練習をしてるだけじゃないですか。だったらそのめいちゃんの後ろで弾ける楽器ってなんだろうって思いまして、
Yep, she certainly did think about it, didn't she?
私はめいちゃんのことを支えられたらいいなって思ったんです。
True, you want to be a support, you don't want to be up there with her. She says while nodding, not a trace of gloom in her smile. I think that's a good idea, Cinnamon.
はい、いろいろとありがとうございます。歌唱さんが買ってくれたこのキーボード、すっごく大事にしますから。
She hugs the keyboard tight to show how important it is to her.
ほんと、そんな理由でキーボードなんてね。
She wants to be your support, didn't she? She wants to be there, giving you that good, that nudge from behind to keep going.
そんな理由なんてことないよ。私、めいちゃんの歌が好きなんだもん。それに違う楽器の方が面白いかなって思ったし。
It's certainly a good accompaniment, so you can't complain about that. The two share a friendly grin. I can't help but smile at how precious they look.
シナモンも本当に嬉しそうですね。初めて外国製の高級下着を買ってあげた時以上に嬉しそうで微笑ましいです。
No expense spared for her precious daughters, eh? I see. Though I don't know the full scale of the comparison. Cinnamon is very particular about her chest. I'm sure she would have been ecstatic. Still, I'm glad this is the thing that's made her the happiest. So I'll leave it at that.
でも本当にいいのですか、兄様。
Well, they do help him out a lot, so yeah.
また兄様の言葉に甘えてしまっても。
I know Sugar Ray would be more than happy to have paid for it, considering how well off she seems to be.
なんなら別に私がプレゼントしてもいいのですが。
Aww. It's okay. Cinnamon's been a lot of help at the store. This really is no big deal. Besides, I was the one who brought it up. It's only appropriate that the present came from me.
兄様。では、お言葉に甘えさせていただきましょうか。
I'm glad.
兄様は本当に身内には甘いですね。
Family is important, never forget that.
妹心にビンビン来てしまいます。
I hope she's not too delighted. Sugar Ray holds her face in her hands while wriggling her body. God damn, that sounds lewd, doesn't it? As usual, I don't know what my sister's thinking. She's happy though, and that's what counts.
これから毎日一緒に練習しようね、めいちゃん。そうね、一人より楽しそうだし。でも途中で投げ出したりしたら本気で怒るからね。
I don't think you have to worry, Maple.
そんなことするわけないでしょ。
She's asking that as a question. I would never.
嬉しいなら嬉しいって言えばいいのに素直じゃないんだから
Giving her a ribbon.
素直とか素直じゃないとか関係ないでしょそれは
She's just haughty.
嬉しくない私と一緒じゃ嬉しくない嬉しいわよ
Ooh, there's a bit of Sundara in there, isn't there?
めいちゃんってば本当にシナモン殺しうるさいわねいいから帰るわよ
Stop embarrassing me, Cinnamon. God.
もう一回だけ言ってバカもう知らない前よりも仲良くなりましたねあの2匹は
As how it should be. They really should be happy together. Yeah, they are closer than before. I laugh along with Sugar Ray. We drag the two home and make our way to the station.
準備はいい
Here they are. Their first practice together.
大丈夫だと思うじゃあ行くわよ
Let's see how they do.
1、2、3、4 C、
Very good.
G、A マイナー
They're in sync.
楽しいわねこれだけのことなのにすっごく楽しい本当にこれだけのことなのにね
We're together in our room. Our backs to each other as we feel each other's warmth. It still sounds sloppy, but our guitar and keyboard strike the same chord. The sounds ring in harmony, then slowly fade inside the room. Okay, this is horny stream number 2 of this part of the game game in the series. Oh, here we go. That alone is enough to make us grin.
なんか昔を思い出すね二人でネコウィッチーズの曲歌ってた時とか
That's right, they did sing together, didn't they?
そうね私もちょうど同じこと思ってたわ私ねめいちゃんと一緒に歌ってるの好きだったんだ知ってるわよ私もシナモンと一緒に歌ってるの好きだったからすっごい自信だねでも嬉しい
Aw.
めいちゃんとまたこうやって仲良しになれて本当に嬉しいな大人になってからなんだか距離が空いてたっていうかさ
But that can happen. It's all about keeping in touch and rebuilding the gap, rebuilding the bridge.
いつまでも子猫みたいなこと言ってないのお互い甘えてばっかりはいられないでしょ
True, they are technically grown up now.
それでも私は私めいちゃんはめいちゃんだよねそうね結局は変わらないわよ私もあんたも変わらないならもっと昔みたいに仲良くしたいなって
Got along like you used to, huh?
昔みたいにって
This will be interesting.
その昔みたいにね仲良くしたいなってちょっと待った
Oh, she realised.
やめて本当にやめてあの頃のことは本当にやめて黒歴史だからあの頃はそのいまいち分かってなかっただけだから
Still kitten back then.
でもそのちょっとだけダメ
You do realise Cinnamon is the lewdest cat girl you could ever meet, you know.
前はチューとかよくしてたのに
Oh, is that right?
急にもうしないって言われて寂しかったんだよ
She realised what she was doing back then.
いやだからそれはそういうことだって知らずにただ気持ちよくてなんとなくしてたことだから
Isn't that just what love is? It just feels good, so you do it, right?
私がエッチになっちゃったのあれからだったんだよ
So it was Maple who made Cinnamon the huge perv that she is now.
めいちゃんが急にそういうことはしないって突き放したからめいちゃんのせいで 一人でしちゃうようなエッチな猫になっちゃったんだよ。
Oh my goodness, yes. Horny stream part 2. I hope you're prepared. It's only gonna get worse from here.
それは悪かったって思ってるけど。ねえ、本当にダメ？
Oh, she's pining for it so bad right
ちょ
now.
っとだけでいいから、本当にダメ？シナモン。
Oh, how can you say Can you say no to that voice?
そういう言い方ず
Exactly.
るいわよ。
It's not fair. How dare you?
そんなこと言われたら、断ったら私が悪者じゃない。
Well, you reap what you sow, Maple.
それっていいってこと？いいってわけじゃないけど、シナモンにもいろいろと迷惑かけちゃったし、寂しい思いさせたのは確かだし。
It's a shame. Martin would really like this part of the game, but he's not here right now.
少しだけなら、
Ooh, she gave in.
少しだけだから。
No, this part wasn't in the Switch version.
姉ちゃん。久しぶりだね。こうやってチューするの。もう猫じゃないんだから。少しだけよ。
A little normally leads to more, though, doesn't it?
本当は姉妹でするようなことじゃないんだからね。
Well, you're technically not related, so it's not. It's like, not all bad.
分かってるよ。子猫じゃないんだから。でももう少しだけするね、姉ちゃん。
Yeah, in case you were wondering, in the Switch version, it was a scene with the Pocky. It's a Pocky scene. Whether that's still in this version, I don't know, but we'll wait and see, won't we?
もう少しだけ。
Hey, if it feels good.
シナモン。ちょっとさっきより嫌だし。
It's because you're grown up now. You're not kittens anymore.
だって姉ちゃんがエッチな顔するから。姉ちゃんの唇柔らかい。すっごく気持ちいいよ。何これ、すごい。そうね、なんか久しぶりだと変な感じ。
Lesbian kitties.
こんなにドキドキしなかったはずだけど。
I mean, you're only going to do it a little. I think this is a bit more than a little.
姉ちゃん、ごめんね。もうちょっとだけいいかな。
All that pent up frustration.
仕方ないわね。もうちょっとだけよ。
I wonder why a kissing scene was left out. It's a bit weird in the Switch version.
じゃあさ、ちょっとだけ舌出してくれる？舌ってこう。
The trap had been laid, and Maple has fallen for it hook, line, and sinker. Okay, that kissing sound was just not stopping, so I just had to continue, didn't I? What did you think when you agreed to do this with Cinnamon? Did you really expect anything else? She's got you hook, line, and sinker, Maple. Don't fight it. And don't forget, this is an all ages version. Very lewd, isn't it? Cinnamon is a pervert, so it makes sense for her to look like that. She didn't. She was afraid she's gonna like it too much. You were kittens back then. There was nowhere else for you to go. Hey. Oh my god. Extra sloppy now, isn't it? She's got you. She got you by the tongue, literally. No wonder this scene was deemed too raunchy for the Switch release. And this is the all ages version, this is not the adult version. Although I think you know where that's gonna go. I've always been curious about how far this scene goes. How well they all go, actually. Maybe I'll have to look that up when I've finished streaming them. You have to stop? Yes, that might be a good idea for an all ages version. This is what happens when you do lewd stuff with Cinnamon. You can't get back out halfway. course she does.
エッチなことって
Ear play. Mind you, they do say ear cleaning is a very erotic thing in Japan, so I suppose ear licking is probably considered the same thing, right? Very ero.
耳はダメ変な声出ちゃ姉ちゃんそんな声反則だよ
So sultry and sickly sweet.
ちょっとだけって言うからいいって言ったのに
How could you believe her? You know how lewd she is.
ちょっとだけのつもりだったのは本当だよでもめいちゃんが可愛すぎてやめられなくなっちゃっただけで
Yes, this scene in particular makes me realise why the Switch version had a Pocky scene instead. A lot more suitable for all ages.
このシナモンって調子に乗って
Whose fault do you think this is, Maple? You let her do this. You should have expected things to go like this. Okay. This scene here, this is definitely why. This is definitely why it was replaced. It's very phallic. I will most certainly put a warning on the YouTube video.
ダメめいちゃんそこは尻尾は弱いの知ってるわよ弱いことくらい
It's like revenge, isn't it then? This is her revenge.
だからお返ししてるんじゃない
You seem to be getting a bit into it though, Maple. This may backfire on you.
ダメ本当に尻尾はゾクゾクしちゃってダメにゃの
But her tail's a bit bushier than yours, isn't it? Nope. Yeah, of course, back to the ear. God damn. Oh my god, this is way worse than I thought it was gonna be. And there he goes. Oh, poor Martin. He's missed what he was asking to happen so much during this volume.
一緒に行っちゃったねダメって言ってるのにあんたがしつこくするから
Well, you certainly got into it as well, Maple. You can't say that.
強気なんだね。それがめいちゃんの可愛いところだけど、だったらもっと気持ちよくなっちゃってもそうなのかな。
I am certain this is the all ages version, but I'll have the mouse on the X just in case.
もっと気持ちよくって。シナモン。
Okay, fair enough. Woo!
深くだわ。
Well, that's a relief. Of course, you know the all ages version, they'll go all the way. So, you know, if you're interested in that, you can get it yourself. Play it in the privacy of your own home. It's a good job you can play this game with one hand.
シナモンに流されるなんて。
But it was nice to see Maple being so innocent and honest.
いいじゃない、いいじゃない。
Of course, you're fine with it, Cinnamon, you lewd girl.
複数一本に帰らずって言うし、前よりももっと仲良くなれたんだから。仲良くなったのかしらね。
I didn't think you wanted to get that closer, did you, Mabel? Although maybe secretly you did, that's why you got so into it.
なんか違うし、納得いかない気がするけど。まあ、悔やんでも仕方ないのは確かね。
What's done is done. We lay all down the veranda, both of us staring at the sunset-lit garden below.
でもね、でもだよ、めいちゃん。強きっ子が快楽落ちは超萌えだよ、めいちゃん。
Indeed. The gap moe, as they call it.
私、めいちゃんに超燃えちゃったもん。
Never speak of this again.
今思い出しても。思い出すんじゃないわよ、このバカ。もう絶対にしないからね。このことは他言無用。誰かに言ったら金輪際口聞いてあげないからね。
Uh-oh.
そんなの嫌だよ。
No, don't do that. Please.
絶対に誰にも言わないから。約束、めいちゃんと私の約束だから。だからね。
We can do it more, right?
もう一回だけどうかな。
This is where I wish I had the meme ready. Bonk, go to horny jail.
絶対にしない。絶対にもう二度としないから。私、お風呂入ってくるから入ってこないでよ。
Oh no.
一緒に入ろうよ。ピロートークがまだだよ。
God damn it, Cinnamon.
だからそういうこと大声で言うのやめて。本当に。
Just imagine, you can just imagine her grabbing her by the collar and shaking her. Stop!
今日もプルメイトモンシナはうるせえな。キーボード買ってもらってテンション上がってるんだよ、きっと。
Oh, you girls have no idea.
仲良きことはいいことですね。ずず。今日もお茶が美味しくて平和ですわ。
Despite that's happened, it really is a peaceful day at the Minaduki house. Oh boy. That was a bit steamy.
ネコパラ。
Sugar asking how sex with Maple was like. Oh dear. BFFs.
さあみんな集まって。ここに一列に並んでね。準備はいいかな。
Hmm.
じゃあ行きますよ。
Oh, a little private concert. That's cute.
はい、1、2、3、4。はい、みんなで続いて。ラララララララララ。
Cute.
みんなよくできてますね。
Aw, it's cute.
それじゃあもう一回いきますよ。次はもうちょっと元気に。ラララララララララ。
I'm sure Azuki's like, why are we doing this again?
元気でいい感じですね。
Oh dear.
みんなすごく上手ですよ。楽しい。幼稚園の先生になったみたいです。すっごく楽しい。
Get the horny in check, and yes, I could see you being a kindergarten teacher.
母性本能。これが母性本能なんだね。
Don't get horny in front of the children, whatever you do. I mean, I guess you already did that at the hero show, but
絶対ちげえ。
that's a whole of a matter.
ほらダメよ、あずきちゃん。
Azunyan.
先生にそんなこと言ったら、ね、なんだからね。
You ain't my teacher.
おいナッツ、ご自慢の腕力であいつなんとかしろよ。毎朝こんなだるい儀式やらされてたらたまんねえぞ。
Oh, they do that every day. Oh, that's cute.
だってシナモンお姉ちゃん断るとすごい悲しそうな顔するんだもん。
Well, I guess you can't really... I mean, Maple also learned that you can't really say no to Cinnamon when she's like this.
僕あんな悲しそうな顔されたら無視できないよ。
ショコラは楽しいよ。なんか学校みたいで。あ、学校なら給食の時間だよね。
Sensei, can we have lunch now?
ご主人様にケーキもらってこよう。給食。ショコラはいつでも前向きだね。本当に癒される。よしよし。
Aw, cute.
無理よ、無理無理。何言ってんの？バカじゃないの？
Oh, oh, something's going on next door.
私いろいろと本気で練習始めてちょっとしか経ってないのよ。人前で披露できるようなレベルなわけないじゃない。
メイプル、落ち着きなさい。そんな大声を出さないの。
Yeah, you're gonna wake up. You got the whole neighborhood's gonna hear you.
それに兄様はこういう話があったと言っただけでしょ。
それはそうだけど。
Maple looks gloomy as she drops her gaze. She takes some deep breaths to calm herself down before looking at me.
で、私に人前で歌えってどういうことなの？
She asks, still looking suspicious. One of my friends from college works at a pretty big company. She just finished up a big project. She's planning to invite her team to Japan next week for an after party. And she hit me up to serve dessert.
その余興で私に歌えって言うの？
Honestly, she was just wondering if you'd consider it.
そんな急に言われてもね。
Maple frowns, seemingly unsatisfied.
そんな大事なパーティーなら素人の猫の歌なんて場違いじゃない。
Oh, that's not true. I don't think that's true at all.
なんでそもそもそんな話が出るのよ。
Well, we've always gotten along. I think she keeps up with our blog too.
それでこの間の私が歌ってる動画でも見たって？
That's about the gist of it. She looks away again and goes quiet. You don't have to reply right now. I just wanted to see what you thought of the offer.
こんな話とか軽々しく言われても。
どうしたのです？メイプルらしくもない。
Well, she's got those self-confidence issues with those comments on her video, so makes sense.
歌をやると決めたのでしたらやってみたらいいではないですか。私はメイプルの歌は外に出して恥ずかしいとは思いませんよ。
Yeah, I feel the same way. Shigure and I try to reassure her. Maple just stands there quietly, arms folded. The look on her face is clearly not one of excitement.
さっきも言ったけど、私はちゃんとやろうと思ってからまだちょっとしか経ってないし、こんな状態で人前に立つとか練習不足でその段階じゃないわ。
Well, I think without practice she did pretty well at the stage show.
さすがに自分のことくらい自分でわかるもの。
She slumps her shoulders and shakes her head.
それはそうかもですが、先方だってメイプルの歌を聴いてのお話なのですよ。
Exactly, she must see something in you.
だったら
それがすでに間違いだっていうの。
Dear me.
そんな大事なパーティーならプロの歌手に頼んだ方がいいわよ。
メイプル。
Maple looks unapproachable as she puts her hand on her hips and sighs. I put my hand on Shigere's shoulder as she's about to say something. Sorry, Maple. I didn't mean to ruin your mood. It's just that she's one of my best friends, so I wanted her to hear you sing. I was so happy that she offered me the chance at such an important party.
歌手。
I won't force you though. If you don't want to do it, I'll turn her down for you. Sorry about this. It's still early in the morning too.
別に歌手が謝ることじゃないけど。
She just has self-confidence issues, that's all. Maple looks uncomfortable as she darts her eyes away.
そろそろお店開くし、表出るわね。
まあ確かにまだ早すぎたかもしれませんね。
Well, you wouldn't know till you tried. Yeah, in more ways than one. Shigure briefly puts her hand on top of mine. Her hand on top of mine. Yeah. Then she sees Maple off as she exits the kitchen.
メープルお姉ちゃんなら喜んで受けると思ったのにな。
確かにメープルらしくないに1票。そうだよね。上手なんだから歌っちゃえばいいのに。ま、何選んでも本人の自由だからな。外野がやいや言うことじゃねえよ。んなことよりも店開けんぞ。準備いいか？
Alright, big smiles, everybody.
はーい。
There we go. That's what you like to see.
めっちゃん。教科書、今ちょっといいか？
Azuki, what's up?
まあ大したことじゃねえんだけど、念のためと思ってプルメをさっき配達に出したんだけど、遅えんだよな。
I guess she's still thinking about it. She is?
まああいつも一応は鈴持ちだし、別に何かってことはねえと思うんだけどよ。一丁前にナーバスになってやがったから一応な。
The worries of the eldest. Azuki folds her hands together behind her head, clearly annoyed. As non-committal as she looks, she's still observant about these things. It has the reverse effect of making her look more reliable. You really are the big sister, Azuki.
ま、一応年長者なもんでな。仕方ねえ。
The oldest, but the smallest.
どいつもこいつも子猫ちゃんで手がかかるかんな。
She smirks, sighs, and shakes her head. I'm going out to get something. Azuki, can you handle the kitchen?
できる限りはやっとくけど、そんな遅くなんなよ。歌唱の代わりができるほど信用されても困んぞ。
Yeah, I'll be right back. I take off my apron and pet Azuki's head. I'll be out for a while. Take care of everyone.
ご主人様、お出かけですか？はいはい、さくらも一緒に。
No juggler.
ショコラは私が任された。
Nice assist, Vanilla.
ご主人はどうぞ買い出しへ。
Thanks, Vanilla. Take care of her.
はいはい、お土産期待してる。
A reward, of course. Come on, Juggler. Just accept it. I make my way outside as Vanilla pins Chuckler's arms behind her back.
ま、あのおせっかいが歌唱って感じだよな。
And yet you all fell for him, so he must be some charm point, right?
ご主人はハーレム体質の猫たらしだから仕方ない。
お兄ちゃんは僕たちに優しいだけでしょう。猫思いのご主人様だからみんな大好きなんだしね。
Wait, she's just pinning her arms behind her back. Why is she muffling? Unless Vanilla's got a hand over her mouth as well, I guess.
そうだよね。
Yeah, maybe Cinnamon needs to be here for this as well.
私だってメイちゃんの親友なんだから。
Go support your friend, Cinnamon. Hey, Maple.
箇所。
Maple is sitting on a bench, her eyes widen for a second. It doesn't take long before her bad mood returns and she looks away.
何を心配して探しに来たの？ほんと心配性でおせっかいね、箇所は。
No, I'm just out buying stuff. And I happen to see you here. I respond as I sit next to her. We keep quiet, not talking about anything. I squint when I see the orange light hit the horizon on the other side of the park. There are no people, no breeze, just the warmth of the sunset. The two of us watch the sea in silence. Are you having fun with the guitar, Maple? She answers with. Maple nods, eyes looking straight ahead. That's good. I keep my answer short. I continue gazing at the unchanging quiet sea. Maple raises her head to look at the twilight sky. She whispers, her voice indistinct and blunt.
私、まだ自分を信じられない。
I didn't realize. It wasn't very obvious at all. I keep quiet. I wait for Maple to continue.
みんなが私の歌を褒めてくれたけど、
Because it is.
歌唱とシナモンはうじうじしてる私の背中を押してくれたけど、でも私まだそこまでの自信が持てない。
Her voice fades in and out. It doesn't sound like her at all. Maple continues to whisper. You can't chase your dreams if you're not dumb.
歌唱。
Maple looks up at me. I told you my story before, remember? I've been going at this for a while now. Maple stays quiet. She focuses on my words. Ever since I can remember, I've been making sweets. First it was Japanese, then Western. When I switched, I felt the same way you do.
歌唱。
A wry grin creeps on my face as I remember the past. I continue looking at Maple. Until I became qualified. Until I became world class. Until I create something I can be proud of. I'm not going to show anyone what I make. But that old Patricia said to me, quit making excuses.
言い訳。
I nod in answer. You're making food for people, but you don't want them to eat it? You'll get nowhere in this business if you're afraid of being humiliated. Though I'll admit you gotta know your place too, or so he said.
恥をビビってる。
The wind begins to blow. Locks of Maple's hair flutter around. There's a lot you can learn only by letting people eat your food. There's just no point in protecting my own worthless pride. You can't follow your dreams without being willing to suffer a bit of shame along the way, and you need to be dumb to do that. Well, I can say that now. I look Maple right in the eyes, as I impart the lessons I was taught to her, one word at a time. You were happy to see all those people excited at the amusement park, right? It was enough to make you forget about all the bad stuff in the past and make you want to sing. Just like Shigure said this morning. You'll be fine. And it's not just Shigure. Chocolate, vanilla, Azuki, coconut, cinnamon, me. We all think you're going to be fine. Aren't you the only one who doesn't believe in yourself, Maple? She looks away and drops her gaze. All I can see is her profile. That's still enough to see that she's chewing on her lip.
違う。私は。
めいちゃん
Here she is. The backup brigade has arrived. She turns around to look at the voice.
シナモン？どうしてあんたが。
Cinnamon wordlessly takes a step towards Maple. She looks at Maple dead in the eye.
今のめいちゃんダッサいね
Oof.
シナモン？
Maple doesn't expect that, and her eyes widen in shock. Cinnamon keeps going. She tells Maple off.
めいちゃんの夢ってそんなもんだったんだ今のめいちゃん言い訳ばっかりですっごいかっこ悪いよ
There's nothing more lame than excuses, is there? I should know. I've made my fair few in my life.
シナモン。
Cinnamon is usually all smiles and laughs. Right now, though, she has a sharp expression on her face. She continues to pierce Maple with these newfound words.
違うわよ。私の夢は。
めいちゃんの夢は
You can do it, Maple, come on. Maple is at a loss for words. She can't meet Cinnamon's gaze. She clenches her hands. Her elegant body shivers slightly.
めいちゃん
Cinnamon takes Maple's hands, then looks into her eyes.
めいちゃんはそんな猫じゃないでしょ私はめいちゃんのこと一番近くでずっと見てたから知ってるよ
And she knows you better than anyone.
シナモン。
Cinnamon calms down, her voice becoming clear. She holds Maple's stiff hands in hers. Cinnamon continues talking to her.
自分を信じてめいちゃんが見えないところで頑張ってたの私は知ってるから猫だとか人だとかそんなの関係ないよめいちゃんならできるよ絶対にできるからめいちゃんが自分のことを信じられなくても誰よりも私が信じてるから
So just believe in the me who believes in you.
だからもっと自分のことを信じてほしいよ
シナモン。
I love quoting Gurren Lagann when I can, because you hear that line a lot more than you think in anime.
どうしてそんなこと。
ずっと一緒にいるって約束したでしょめいちゃんが私のこと親友だって言ってくれたでしょだから私もめいちゃんが困ってるなら手を引くよ
Just like you gave her all those years ago.
手を引くだけじゃダメなら背中を押すよ私は一番近くでめいちゃんの隣で支えるって約束したんだからめいちゃんが不安なら私が一緒に後ろで演奏するから
You've always got Cinnamon behind you.
だから自分のことを信じて私も一緒にめいちゃんのこと支えるからうつむいてる顔なんてめいちゃんに似合わないよ
シナモン。言ってくれるわね。
The same words you gave her.
だって私たちは親友だから親友は甘やかさないんだよ
そうね。そうだったわ。
They look at each other and smile. A warm sunset engulfs them. Then Maple nods. Slowly but firmly, she nods.
私やってみるわ。
Atta girl.
今はまだ自分も信じられないし怖いけどでもせっかく私に頼んでくれた人がいたんだから私歌ってみたいだからシナモンも一緒に 力を貸してくれる？
Like you even need to ask.
もちろん。だって私はメイちゃんの親友だもん。メイちゃんの力になれるなら何だってするよ。
ありがとう、シナモン。
このくらいなんでもないよ。親友だもんね。
Damn, it always makes me smile. The glimmering sunset shines as they talk, their feelings becoming one. Another strong bond. I see another strong bond form over their soft laughter. You can't be cool all the time, Maple. There are times when you have to be lame.
でも二人のおかげでなんか吹っ切れたわ。ありがとう、本当に。
お礼なんて言われることじゃないよ。
That's what family is there for.
私だってメイちゃんにも歌唱さんにも励ましてもらっちゃったし、それに私でもメイちゃんの力になれたなら嬉しい。
They look at each other in the eye. Their smiles are bright but soft. I was just talking about old times. If you're feeling better, it was all you, Maple.
二人ともほんと謙虚ね。ちょっとはかっこいいところ見せなきゃ顔が見せられないわ。
私も頑張るから一緒に頑張ろうね、メイちゃん。
ええ、期待してるわ。
She's gonna be right on that stage with you.
一緒にいいステージにしましょう。
もちろん、私すっごい練習するから。メイちゃんにも歌唱さんにも恥をかかせないように。
Like you could embarrass us anymore, Cinnamon. Yeah, you two will be fine. I'm expecting good things. I walk alongside them and ruffle their hair. Let's go back to the store.
はーい、みんな待ってますしね。
What about the shopping you were doing, Casio?
あれ買い出しの途中なんじゃなかったのかしら。
Details. That? Ah, I think we still have some stuff left in the fridge.
わざとらしいわね。じゃあそういうことにしといてあげる。おせっかいなご主人様。
She called him master. Oh.
ご主人様。メイちゃんがご主人様って言った。
Shocker.
しぐれちゃんにも言ったことないのに。
一応ね。
Just this
一応
once. Oh man, I'm glad to see Maple back to a normal self.
保護者みたいなもんなわけだし。
うわー、照れ。メイちゃんの照れですよ、歌唱さん。
We're almost there. The harem's almost complete. Which way you're going, Cinnamon? You'll trip. It doesn't matter whether you're a human or a cat girl. I repeat the words Cinnamon said in my head. Everyone's grown up so much. I'm sure these two will be fine. I affirm that feeling to myself. I look at their smiling faces as we walk home.
ブルメイはほんとビビリだかんな。
うるさいわね。いいから黙って見てなさいよ。かっこいいとこ見せて、その減らず口叩けなくしてあげる。
I think we're all looking forward to that, aren't we?
へえ、せいぜい楽しみにしてますよっと。
僕すっごく楽しみにしてるからね。
Oh, they're gonna put on a small performance.
メープルお姉ちゃんの歌もシナモンお姉ちゃんのピアノも聴けるの嬉しい。
ショコラもめっちゃ楽しみにしてるよ。
I think we all are, aren't we, guys? And girls.
チームメイモンのレジェンドはここから始まったのであった。
Maimon. Nice.
そのユニット名はちょっと。
Yeah, I think they'll come up with a better one.
シナモンも親友らしくなりましたね。
Yeah, they're growing up so fast.
猫の成長は人よりもずっと早いですから、
Yeah, because they have shorter lifespans than humans, after all. I suppose so. I pet Shigere's head as we watch the recovered Maple play with Cinnamon.
今日から猛練習するわよ。やるからには勝ちに行くわ。
That's the spirit. That's the Maple we know and love.
分かってるわね、シナモン。
別に勝負に行くわけじゃないけどね。でもやるからにはかっこいいとこ見せなくちゃね。
言っとくけど、まだ一応営業中だからな。
The atmosphere is bright, as usual. Today, the cat girls of La Soleil are just as full of energy.
Nekopara.
Oh dear. Well, I think we have enough game for a finale episode now, or a finale stream now.
シナモン
We're pretty near the end of the game now, so we'll end this part of the stream here, and I'll be back shortly to play Tales of Berseria. So do stick around. Won't be long now. Back in a sec.